Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a compilation of clips that have basically taken place since Rancho del Arroyo released for PC. And a lot of these are multiplayer clips. I think there's only one from single player. And yeah, I wanted to include this little funny moment that happened whilst on a multiplayer with some friends of that mule deer flying into the air. I was really lucky that I actually had my recording software going at that point. Now, the first clip that I actually want to start with in terms of highlights is this one. And as you can see, I am spotting a legendary Mexican bobcat, and you may notice that someone else is spotting it. Now, I had basically a bit of an interesting thing happen. I follow someone on Instagram who posted a picture of a red Mexican bobcat diamond that they got. And after talking with them, they basically said that they had another one on the map that they saw actually in the same place as where they shot the other one. And basically, they had one and they saw that I didn't, and they knew, that I'm trying to get all the diamonds and everything. And they invited me to actually come and hunt it. And I was in very much two minds about whether to actually come and take this cat or not, because normally I will not accept diamonds from anyone. Normally I will only take stuff that I initially have found. And normally, even if it's in a multiplayer and I see something and I'm with a friend, I'll tell them to shoot it. That's kind of the way I am. I always feel guilty for shooting something, even if it's on my map, if someone has spotted it. So it's just like that's just how I am. But I want to give a really, really big shout out to the guy who actually let me come and shoot this, which is Just Have Fun. You can see him actually talking to me at several points in the chat on screen. He is an absolute gem in the community. He was actually opening his map to multiplayer and putting tents at all the outposts to help people actually get them all, because of how long it actually takes to go around this map, because it is quite big to get all the outposts. He's just absolutely amazing, and of course I want to thank him again so much for letting me come and shoot this bobcat. I did say to him, "Are you sure about this? I'm going to feel guilty." And he said, "Well, I'm opening my map to multiplayer and I was going to give it to the first rando who joined, but I saw that you didn't have one and I'd really, really like you to have it." So I made an exception to the rule and decided that I would come and take this bobcat. And as a friend said to me afterwards, it's because I was feeling guilty. They said it's no different to if I found one on a multiplayer and told the host and they told me to shoot it. All we knew is that it was somewhere at this lake, and I actually spent over an hour looking for it, and I just couldn't find it. At one point I found its track, but the problem was I was spawning in at one of his tents, and it was slightly too close to where the bobcat was, so it wasn't spawning in when I was looking from that direction. And then, of course, he came to help me look for tracks, and he came from a slightly different direction, not from the tent, and then it spawned in for him and he saw it. And I then had to fast travel away and then run in from this direction and actually could then see the bobcat. So it was a fun hunt, and it wasn't as simple as, "Oh, there it is, shoot it," sort of thing. It kind of took some time of actually trying to look for him. And I felt pretty useless when I couldn't actually locate him, but I did get his track, and it was just a matter of tents being in a slightly, not so, like, it was just slightly too close. So yeah. And then I was having the really weird bug where, well, I don't know if it's a bug. I've heard about it a little bit from other people, or at least it sounds like something I've heard of, where I don't know if you noticed that my scope was jittering quite a lot when I was actually holding my breath, and that was making it really difficult for me to actually get a good shot. And also this animation that both the bobcats and the lynx seem to do, where they kind of go back and forth and back and forth in the same spot, and of course that makes it impossible to get a shot. And it was happening every time he was calm or attentive, so I had to keep trying to make him go alert. And so that's what all of this jumping up and running and then lying down is me trying to get it to go alert and then get into a stable shooting position. So yeah, like I said, I was in two minds as to whether to include this clip, but first off, I really wanted to just point out how brilliant Just Have Fun was with this, and it was just awesome, and I had a lot of fun actually just being in the same multiplayer session, because I don't often hunt in the multiplayer with friends, or definitely don't ever really go after something, specific that has been found, or a track or something like that. So it was really different and fun, and yeah, I hope you guys can appreciate that, and I didn't want anyone thinking, oh, she's just gone and just gets a diamond just like that and stuff like that. It was a like I said, it was kind of a difficult decision for me because I really wanted it, but at the same time, like I said, I kind of felt guilty for taking it, but I'm just so grateful to Just Have Fun for letting me come and shoot this secondary one that he had on his map. I am so, so pleased. Because the Mexican Bobcats actually seem to be a diamond that a lot of people want, and it's actually a particularly difficult one to find. He got really, really lucky having to spawn at the same lake. This particular lake is actually known for being quite good for the Bobcat, and I think I've got 2 mythicals on my map, or I saw 2 mythicals on someone else's map in multiplayer, and yeah, it's just quite a good hotspot. And yeah, just seeing that 9 legendary on a Mexican Bobcat was so cool. But I was not going to rush this shot because I did not want it to go wrong. And you can see just how sort of janky the movement of that cat is. It was so hard, and I was just getting closer and closer and closer. And I thought, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The closer I get, at least it's going to be a bit easier of a shot. And yeah, it was just such a fun little interaction because I almost felt a little bit of pressure because I'm not used to having someone watching me when I'm trying to take a diamond. Like, I know you guys watch it post recording, but when it's actually, recording, there's no one watching but me. But Just Have Fun was actually there watching, and I was so desperate not to screw it up, and just didn't want to screw it up when it's something that's been basically offered to me, and yeah, managed to get a good shot on him after a bit of work there, and yeah, vital hit, dropped him right on the spot with a 243. And they're such a beautiful cat. Like, look at all that fur detail. They are absolutely gorgeous. So just had fun, took some pictures of my character by the cat, and that's what all of the movement in these clips here was. But yeah, absolutely extraordinary hunt, extraordinary cat. It was so much fun, and yeah, again, Just Have Fun. Thank you so, so much. It was absolutely awesome, and yeah, I've given away many diamonds to people in the past. I've never had one that I've been offered to go and hunt before, and I'm really, 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 really grateful. And this boy was quite a big one. He was a 28.30 diamond Bobcat when 27.60 is diamond. So well over, and 43.63 kilos when actually 45 kilos is max. So quite a big cat. And yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. This is the common fur type, and I just think they're gorgeous. I know I keep saying it, but I'm just so thrilled to actually have one. I never got a diamond lynx, which is the closest thing in this game to these guys. And yeah, having a diamond Mexican Bobcat is pretty awesome. Now, the next clip is kind of got what I'm more used to with multiplayer. I was multiplayer session hopping, actually, looking for a diamond peccary specifically. Now, I really, really wanted a diamond peccary after one of my friends got one, and I just thought they looked so cool, and I really, really wanted one in the lodge. And I came into this random multiplayer session, I became session host, so I changed it to peccary drink time. The first little body of water that I hit up, there was a max weight track, and I followed it, and it was a level 5 that ran out of the bushes, and I couldn't believe it. And then what ensued was about an hour of toing and froing with this absolutely stubborn creature. Now you can see the rest of the group here quite calmly drinking, and this is what would happen is I would actually either spook the group out of all of this thick cover, either by accident or on purpose, and I would never see level 5 again. I knew he was with them because I'd pick up his track, but I would never see him. At one point, I chased them out into a more open area, and I got on top of a huge boulder, and I could see for like several hundred meters. And the rest of the group, they would come back. I even had 2 of them go aggressive at the bottom of the rock. But the level 5 just kept wandering away. So I kept going back, resetting the time, and then he wouldn't come back, and the rest of the group would, and then his tracks kept disappearing. It was an absolute nightmare, and it was incredibly stressful for me, because as I've talked about before, with multiplayer, there's so many things that can go wrong. And I've had it, actually, a few times in multiplayer sessions over the past couple of days, where I'll just crash. And if I'd crashed here, I probably would never have found this pig. And it's like, it's just so difficult. And that's something else I really want to talk about while we're on it. If I say pig, it's because they're a New World pig. They are Teasuidae, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. They're in the New World pig family. They're not quite the same as wild boar and stuff like that, but they are a New World pig. So New World pig is still a pig, right? So yeah, they're not rodents. As I've seen a lot of misconceptions about these guys being rodents, but they are not. Rodents obviously have the constantly growing in sizes that you see in things like beavers, and rats, and of course all rodents have paws if you think of like beavers and rats and stuff like that. And of course they are rhododentia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Scientific names are hard. But yeah, so these guys they are much more like a pig than a rodent, and they're really cool in game because they're actually really aggressive. They're so small and they've got so much character. It's fantastic. I actually had a female. I was watching it attack a bobcat on my map. I shot the bobcat and the female ran around the lake to attack me. But finally, that took over an hour to get that shot, and then I had a peccary run at me right at the last minute, and I was like, please don't kill me, because sometimes that's what they'll do, they sort of attack and then flee. I don't know if that one was just fleeing and caught me, but they can be really, really aggressive, and it's so much fun. Yeah, I was so hoping this guy would make it. And actually, that's one of the first times ever I've used Scent Eliminator, but because it was so close, I just needed it. And he made diamond by not just a little bit, by a huge amount. 151.60 is an absolutely monstrous diamond peccary. 30.14 kg when 31 is max as well. That is a big peccary. And just gorgeous. That common fur type is actually one of my favourites. I like the common and the dark greys more than the browns. So yeah, I was really, really, really pleased with this guy. And it was no wonder that he was being so elusive with him being so massive. It just seems to be the way that the more massive a diamond is, the more elusive and tough they are to actually get to cooperate and bring down. But a perfect double lung shot at 47.87 meters brought him down nicely. Now, the next diamond is actually probably one that you can see by what's flying around on the screen. It is a Rio Grande turkey. Now, I didn't actually hit record for this because it wasn't a level 3, it was just a level 2 that flew over the top of me. And unfortunately, that meant I didn't actually get the shot because I only have a 30-second previous footage recording function at the minute, and unfortunately 30 seconds wasn't quite enough. But as you can see, level 2 diamond, right on diamond requirement, which is what these guys tend to be. They don't tend to be any bigger than that. But it kind of makes the point and emphasises the point that I wanted to put across to you guys is always make sure if you're in multiplayer to shoot these max weight level 2 turkeys of both the Miriams and the Rio Grandes, because they do have a pretty good chance of making diamond. I've had quite a few level 2 diamonds, and normally I'll admit that with the Miriams I don't even bother anymore. If they're in multiplayer and they're too far away or whatever, I won't make an effort to actually specifically go and shoot them. If there's one in my path, then sure. But if there's one that's the other side of the lake, I don't always make the effort to do it. And I should, and it's something that I really wanted to put out there because if you're struggling to get a diamond, maybe your first diamond, or any diamond of the turkeys, and you really want one, those level 2s have a pretty good shot at actually making it. And I thought this was funny. I'd add this while I was talking about it. This level 2 that I shot, just to make that point, just kept sliding down the road, and I thought that was quite funny. Now, the next diamond in this video, and the final diamond for Rancho del Arroyo in this video, is an Antelope Jackrabbit. You will have seen me spot him just there, a level 3, and this was actually on my own map. I came to this area in order to put a tent down for easier access to the lakes, as these particular lakes seem to be quite good for mule deer and bighorn. And I couldn't believe it when I spotted him because I really, really wanted a diamond antelope jackrabbit. In fact, I wanted all the diamonds on this new map really quite badly. They're all species that I specifically really liked, and I really loved the jackrabbit models because just they're so different looking to any rabbits or hares that we have in the game. And with those huge ears, I think they just look cool, and I think they've done a really, really good job on the models. But because I spooked him, he just kept going, and I never actually got close to them in a way that I could actually see them to shoot because they were just going through brush and just awful areas where I couldn't see anything. So I ended up tracking him. Now, tracking any of the rabbit or hare species is notoriously quite difficult, as they only leave droppings and the occasional disturbed veg. They very, very rarely ever leave footprints. And that can make it quite difficult because quite often the tracks are spaced apart quite a bit. And you'll see here that what I'm doing is actually following the other rabbit droppings, knowing that he will have moved in a similar direction to at least the rest of his group. And you can see there, eventually I got another track, and it was just now, and then I could hear them moving around, and I spotted a couple of these antelope jackrabbit. Now, I decided, seeing as they were so close, why snipe them with the 22 when I could use the shotgun? As I'm really loving the 20 gauge shotgun, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm not used to using shotguns, and I've been really enjoying it. And I shot him with the shotgun, and that was my first ever diamond potential animal downed with a shotgun. But just look at how gorgeous these rabbits are. Those huge ears and those beautiful eyes and just such beautiful fur. And yeah, he made diamond, but just look at that tracking distance, 1.31 kilometers, but 6.70 diamond when 6.3 is diamond, so quite a big one. He's a very big diamond antelope jackrabbit. Again, it's really nice to get good size ones. With the smaller game, I'm used to getting diamonds that are sort of on the fringe of making it. And I was so pleased. And it's also a really cool fur type, that dark brown. So I'm hoping to get another one of these so I can make a multi-mount. Now, the final diamond for this video, you can see it on the screen there, is a level 5 goose. Now, I decided to include this with the clips from Rancho del Arroyo because the reason I'm getting this goose now is because the geese got fixed in this update. I can 100% confirm that the geese are fixed if you are on PC and you've had that update, and they should be fixed, I would imagine, on console when you guys get that update. And me and my friend decided to go goose hunting, and he had a lot of diamond goose, and he said if a level 5 comes in, it's yours. I want you to shoot the level 5 if a level 5 comes in. And we shot a lot of geese, and then I spotted a level 5, and I was almost jumping up and down with excitement, which is kind of funny when it's a goose. A lot of people have diamond geese. It's not particularly a rare diamond. However, I have never had one. The only level 5 I've ever had, I gave away right when I started playing Call of the Wild on Xbox. And I've never seen one since. I've hunted geese. They've never been particularly great at coming in for me on any platform that I've been on. And yeah, I just never had a shot at actually getting a diamond for myself. I gave the only one I ever had a shot at away. And he was so thrilled for me when this guy came in. I was so stoked to finally get, again, a diamond that I've just been looking for forever. And we were having such a good laugh shooting so many geese. We shot, well, we probably saw over 100 geese. It was amazing in a short session. And again, another big diamond, 8.70 diamond goose. And that was just an absolutely brilliant end to a couple of days of hunting. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to try and get the last diamond I need off Rancho del Arroyo, which is a pheasant, and hopefully you guys will see that in an upcoming video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again soon.